All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our second broadcast of the day. While we're starting this live stream, I'm going to be checking for audio and cameras, and I'll also tell you that the last game, the first broadcast for today, was a blended roster for PCCS. It was a combination of middle school and junior varsity, and I'm not sure what level the Chargers team was at. I'm not sure if that was their middle school or their junior varsity or a blended roster for them as well. And I suspect maybe some of the issue was that they may have thought the games were going in one order. We may have thought they were going in another order. So they had their players showing up in a different sequence. And so if we thought varsity was going first and their middle school was showing up first to play, then we probably would have needed to just blend those rosters to put a team together. But as we usually do, everybody tries to be accommodating and easy to get along with, and we appreciate that everybody is easygoing and goes with the flow. This broadcast is copyright Polk County Christian School, 2490 West Tower Drive, Bolivar, Missouri, 65613. Phone number 417-777-2330. Our website is polkcountychristianschool.org. All rights reserved. Well, obviously, I didn't have this going quite the way I wanted. As I mentioned during the first broadcast, the Wi-Fi here isn't allowing I have a helper tablet that I normally use to manage my TV broadcast or my TV studio, and I don't have that, so I'm having to manually manage my TV studio, and it's more cumbersome to do by hand. Okay. All right, so we do have cameras and audio. Chargers are on court doing their warm-up. Another drawback to not having my little helper tablet on the side here to run my studio is it's harder to do the highlights that I would save, and eventually I'll start using those highlights when I see something cool for either team. I hit a highlight button, and then if I wanted to, if there was going to be a break in action or during a timeout, I could go back and hit another button for instant replay. So I hope to be working that in soon for volleyball. I've got the highlights set up, and I can do those, and then at the end of the year use those as a highlight reel. But right now they're just saving. Eventually I want to have my little helper screen set up where I can use those during a broadcast and go back and do an instant replay, more like an actual professional TV broadcast. All right, so the scoreboard is ready, and we're just waiting for the action to start. And it looks like the Lady Knights may get the serve for the start of this set. We'll wait and announce the roster once we're a little closer to game time. and we see exactly who is on the court. All right, folks, it looks like the Knights are coming out on the court. I think it's almost game time. All right, the starting roster is Autumn Froelich, Peyton Gray, Hope Froelich, Naomi Presley, Macy Schultz, Nora Everson, Hannah Hale, and Lenny Rust. And it looks like we're using Autumn Froelich, number 00, as a libero. And folks, I say this most broadcasts, I don't know the rules. I don't know the final calls, the official calls and signals from the refs. So I really am handicapped on what I'm able to announce and broadcast here. So bear with me if I say the wrong thing or mention the wrong, misinterpret something that's happening on the court. That's absolutely not my intention. Players are on the court for a short prayer. And again, I do not have a roster for the Chargers. So the best I can do is just refer to the jersey numbers. Thankfully, they have numbers on the fronts of their jerseys. So as I'm available, I'll try to refer to those jersey numbers during play. And Lady Knights are going to have first serve for this first match of 2 out of 3. Hannah Hale, number 3, back to serve for the Lady Knights to open this match up. Serve is up. Another beautiful serve from Hannah Hale. That was an ace. Good to see that. Another good serve from Hannah, and that was another point for the Lady Knights. 2 serving 1, serving 0. Serve is up. Another good serve from Hannah. And Chargers bringing it back to Autumn. Autumn over to Hannah. Hannah up to Nora. Nora across. Nope, into the net. Good effort for the Lady Knights. One serving two. Number 63 for the Chargers up to serve. And a good serve for the Chargers. It's over to Lenny. Lenny up to Hope and into the net. Hope trying for over the back. Good effort. Two serving two. 63 back to the serving line. Serve is up. It's good. It's over to the middle of the court. Hannah gets it over to Nora and into the net. That's okay. .63 serve is up and it's over to Macy. Macy over to Hannah. Hannah up to Hope. A little close to the net. Hope couldn't quite get it out. Good effort though. I think Coach Jill is coaching Hope and saying if she had set that across, she might have been able to get it, but that's all right. Point for the Chargers. 5 serving 2. 63 still on the serving line. Serve is up, and it's over to Macy, and point for the Chargers. Serve is up, over to Hannah, and Hannah into the net. Point for the Chargers. Timeout. Sorry, I missed who was calling the timeout. Chargers back on the court, and 63 serves into the net. And it's going to be a point for the Lady Knights. Hope Freilich moving back to serve. Number 99, 3 serving 7. And serves up, a beautiful serve. And point for the Lady Knights. 4 serving 7. Serves up, another good serve from Hope. And she's going to get the return from the Chargers and sends it up to Lenny, who sends it back across. Lenny again. Over to Macy. Macy back to Lenny, and just across the net. Point for the Lady Knights. Good strategy from Lenny there. Good teamsmanship from the Lady Knights. Chargers making a good effort to get it across and regain the serve. But Hope's going to serve again. It's 5 serving 7. Another good serve from Hope. Oh, what an ace. Hope Freilich there. 6 serving 7. And another serve from Hope. Not quite over. What a good string from Hope, though. All right, Lady Knights taking the serve. I can't see, looks like number 40, I believe, on the serve. And they get it across to Lenny. Lenny sending it back over. And point for the Lady Knights. That was on their side of the net. So now we got Nora Everson moving back to serve for the Knights. 7 serving 8. And Lady Knights are going to rotate. Correction, side out. Naomi Presley coming in for Autumn Freilich. Hope serves is a correction. That was Nora's serve is up and a good serve. Point for the Lady Knights. 8 serving 8. Tie match. Serve is up and another good point for Nora. 9 serving 8. Nora Everson puts the Lady Knights in the lead for now. Point, correction, serve from Nora and a point. Chargers try to get under it, but it's out the backcourt. And timeout. Wonder if the Chargers may have called that timeout. Not sure. I missed who called it. All right, Lady Knights back on the court. Nora Everson with the serve. 10 serving 8. I believe Nora is number 10, coincidentally. And Chargers sending it across to Hope. Hope back across to the Chargers. And it's a point for the Lady Knights. 11 serving 8. Serve is up. Good serve from Hope. Correction from Nora. And that's a point for the Lady Knights. 12 serving 8. Serve is up from Nora. Chargers trying to get it across. Nope, not quite. Another point for the Lady Knights. 13 serving 8. Nora Everson back with a serve, and it's over. Chargers sending it back to Macy, and a double hit from Macy. First one was into the net, so it's instinctive to just hit it because it's right there. Point for the Chargers. 9 serving 13. Number 3. Serve is up from the Chargers into the light, and point for the Lady Knights. That was 31 with a serve for the Chargers. Macy Schultz moving back to serve, 14 serving 9. Nora Everson's going to side out, and I think Autumn Freilich may have come in for Nora. Libero's back on the court. We're waiting on a Charger to tie their shoe. Macy Schultz serve is up into the backcourt, and it's out of bounds on the Chargers. Point for the Lady Knights. 15 serving 9. Serve is up. Nope, no good. Good effort from Macy. 64 is going to rotate back for the Chargers with the serve. 10 serving 15. Serve is up. Over to Hannah. Hannah Hale up to Macy. Macy over to Lenny, and Lenny sending it out the backcourt. Point for the Chargers. That is 11 serving 15. 64 back to serve. Serve is up, and it's over to Hannah again. Hannah up to Macy. Macy to Lenny, and Lenny sends it across the net, and we had adorable little baby spectator go by. That was Heather Hale carrying that spectator. All right, back to the game. Lenny Rust serving for the Lady Knights after a point, and 16 serving 11. Serve is up. Chargers trying to tip it over. They do. Macy getting under it, saving it, and Hannah Hale over to Lenny. Lenny back to the Chargers. Chargers, and they get it over to Naomi. Naomi can't quite get to it in time. She's good effort, but it's out of bounds. So it's going to be 25, I believe, serving for the Chargers. And point for the Lady Knights. Naomi Presley moving back to serve for the Lady Knights, number 7. And the serve is up. Good serve from Naomi. Oh, looked like that was a point for the Lady Knights. 18 serving 12. Naomi back to serve again. Serve is up. Good serve, and back from the Chargers over to Hannah. Hannah to Hope. Hope over to the Chargers, back to Hope. And Hope sends it back across, and that was out. I couldn't tell if it was tipped or not, but the ref says out of bounds. That's going to be a point for the Chargers. I couldn't see it from where I was at. And that was a point for the Lady Knights. It is now Hannah Hale moving back to serve. 19 serving 13. Well, they're giving the serve to the Chargers. I'm not sure what happened, and I'm not disputing it, folks. That's me not understanding the rules. I think they may be resetting the score and resetting the serve, because we were actually swapping out a libero for a player as they were serving. And I think the refs saw that and said, wait a minute, let's reset that. I'm not sure. I'm guessing maybe that's what's happening, but I'm only speculating at that. So it's Chargers serve. The score is 13 serving 18. Serve is up, and it's a good serve. Autumn Schultz with a good return there. And the Chargers getting under it, sending it back over to Autumn's sister Hope. And point from the Lady Knights. So it's now 19 serving 13. Hannah Hill moving back to serve. Great play there from Hope. Hannah Hill, serve is up. It's good. And a beautiful ace from Hannah Hale. Hannah back to serve again, 20 serving 13. She's moving to this side of the court, and serve is up, and another good serve from Hannah, and it's across. Macy Schultz under it to Hannah. Hannah back to Lenny. Lenny sending it across with a kill shot, and it was in. Good point from Lenny. And the Lady Knights as a team passing the ball around to get it into position there. Good play. Hannah Hale moving back to the serving line again. 21 serving 13. Serve is up, and Chargers get it out of the ceiling, but they can't quite get it across the net, so that's going to be a point for the Lady Knights. Hannah's moving back to serve. And there goes that new spectator with Heather Hale. I couldn't quite see the spectator. All right, Hannah's back to serve. And service up. Chargers under it. Bringing it back across. They get it across. And that's Nora tipping it up for Lenny. Lenny over to Nora. Nora sending it across. Good play. And good effort by the Lady Knights. Decent volley. But the Chargers were able to get a point out of that. And that was a fair play. Everybody played well there. Number 63 for the Chargers, moving back to serve. 14 serving 22. Serve is up and out. Point for the Lady Knights. Hope Freilich moving back to serve, number 99 for the Lady Knights. 23 serving 14. Serve is up, and a good serve. Chargers sending it back to Hannah. Hannah putting it just across the net, and Chargers sending it straight back. Hannah to Macy, Macy to Lenny. Lenny with a kill shot to the back, and point for the Lady Knights. Good serve from Hope. All right, this could be match point. Hope's back to serve. .24 serving 14. Serve is up and point for the Chargers. It's all right. Hope and Autumn, they're new to this team for PCCS this year, but it's good to see them. They've been a good addition to the team. Number 10 serving for the Chargers, over to Lenny. Lenny crossed the front row, but the front row wasn't quite ready for it, so point for the Chargers. 16 serving 24. And that is number 10. Over to Lenny again. Lenny up to Macy. Macy's ready, and Lenny gets it back, sends it across, and it's a point for the Lady Knights. That's a match. 25-16 on the first match. And we'll be moving on to the second match shortly. Folks, you're watching PCCS TV. It's a home of positive, Christian, caring, and steadfast content. As always, PCCS athletes, spectators, and families strive to set a Christian example at all times. On behalf of the school board, teachers, and all who have invested time, effort, finances, and prayers, we appreciate the opportunity to have a part in establishing a foundation in the lives of our students through Christian education. Polk County Christian School glorifies God through excellence as a Christ-centered educational environment that emphasizes servant leadership with a biblical worldview. That was the first of 3 matches. We're going to play best 2 out of 3. Got another mini spectator in the stands. Actually, there's a good shot of the other mini spectator in the stands with Heather in the front row. Oops. All right, we should be starting back up shortly. Take a brief moment to express some appreciation for some of our sponsors at Polk County Christian School. Our platinum sponsors are KYOO, AM/FM, Need More Vacations, Shell and Hammer Construction, and Womack Monuments. Our gold level sponsors, Bill Roberts Chevrolet, Edward Jones, Mid-Missouri Bank, Shelter Insurance, Craig Lehman, agent, Stewart's Custom Designs, and Wild Man Plumbing. During our next time out, we'll take a moment and recognize some of our silver and bronze sponsors. All these sponsors are an integral part in helping Polk County Christian School provide a Christian education for students in our area. Stop by our offices at 2490 West Tower Drive and see what we can do to help provide a Christian education for your student. All right, Lady Knights are back on the court. Chargers are coming onto the court. Serve is to the Chargers. Number 63 back to the serving line for the Chargers as everybody lines up, checks their rotation, make sure everybody's in position. Zero, serving zero. This is set or match 2 out of 3. Knights on top for the first one. And 63's serve is up. Lenny Rust with it, up to Hannah Hale. Hannah to Nora. Nora straight across the net. And Chargers trying to bring it back across, and they can't get it done. Serve goes to the Lady Knights. 1 serving 0. And let's see who's going to rotate back at serve. That'll be Hannah Hale coming back to serve for the Lady Knights. Number 3 for the Lady Knights. She's going to change it up. She kind of slides back and forth on the serving line. This time she's going to start from this side of the basket. Hannah Hill, serve is up, and it's good. And Chargers put it into the ceiling and can't recover from that. Point for the Lady Knights. 2 serving 0. Hannah Hill back to serve. Near side of the line. Serves up. Another beautiful serve. And Chargers tip that. So it's a point for the Lady Knights. Hannah Hill back on the serving line. 3 serving 0. Serve is up, and beautiful serve. Right between the players on the back row. Good point for the Lady Knights. That was a beautiful ace. Hannah's got the ball, deciding where she's going to line up this time, waiting for the coaches. And serve is up. Serve is good. And Nora there for the block. Not needed, but she was in position. Good defense on Nora's part. Point for the Lady Knights. 5 serving 0. Hannah's going to slide to the other side. Serve is up, and it's to the back. Chargers are under it. They send it across. Nora with the bump over to, correction, that was Hannah with a bump over to Nora. Point for the Chargers. They've got number 10 moving back to serve. Serve is up, and it's over to Nora. Nora sending it back to Lenny. Lenny, little hard for Lenny to get to it. Couldn't quite aim it to a partner, so it's a point for the Chargers. Two serving 5. Serve is up and into the center of the court. Accidentally, the Lady Knights are able to tip that across. That was luck, but it was a point. We'll take it. Hope Freilich moving back to serve for the Lady Knights, number 99. Serve is up. Oh, a good serve from Hope Freilich. And that's going to be a point for the Chargers. What a beautiful shot. Seven serving two. Serve is up and into the net. Good effort. I've seen her improvement this season. This is my first season watching Hope, but I've seen some significant improvement in her play, even just this one season. Excited for what she's got for the future for the Lady Knights. I believe that's number 31 for the Chargers. Their serve is up, and Hannah Hale sending it up to Macy. Macy setting it up for Lenny. Lenny across to the Chargers. Chargers over to Macy. Macy setting it up for Lenny again. Lenny, gentle tip across the net for a point. What a great play by the Lady Knights. And it'll be 8 serving 3. Nora Everson rotating back to the serving line for the Lady Knights, number 10. Serve is up and skims the net. Good point for the Lady Knights. What a great serve. 9 serving 3. Serve is up. It's good. And a point for the point for the Lady Knights. Nora's going to move back and serve again. 10 serving 3. Serve is up. It's a good serve. Chargers are under it. It's into the roof, and they get it across. It's up to Lenny. Lenny to Macy. Macy back to Lenny. Lenny across to the Chargers. Lenny spiking it to the back, and it's out. Point for the Chargers. That's going to be number 64, rotating back for the Chargers to the serving line. It'll be 4 serving 10 for the Chargers. Serve is up. It's to the center court. Lenny gets under it to Hannah. Hannah over to Macy. Macy across to the Chargers. Chargers send it to the back corner. And I think that's a point for the Chargers. Yes, the ref says that was in. I thought it was. 64. Serving again. 5 serving 10. Serve is up. Hannah Hale's under it. She sends it over to Lenny. Lenny back to the Lady Knights, and it looks like we need to talk a little. Maybe they were, and I just didn't hear it. Point for the Chargers. 6 serving 10. Serve is up, and it's across. They found a hole on the far side of the court, right near the net. Macy going to get it, but couldn't get there in time. 7 serving 10. Still anybody's game. Serve is up. It's to Nora. Nora over to Macy. Macy up front to Hannah. Hannah across to the Chargers. Chargers sending it back to Hope. Hope across to the Chargers. Back to Nora. Nora puts it up. And Hope and Hannah both trying to get to it. It's a point for the Chargers. Good effort on the Lady Knights' part. Timeout. While we're on a brief timeout, let's talk about some silver level sponsors for PCCS. Douglas Hahn and Heidemann PC, Etch Salon, First Baptist Church, Hogan Farms, Motor Monkeys LLC, Oakstar Bank, Parton Real Estate, Pitts Chapel, Polk County Crop Services, State Farm Insurance, Bryant Chastain, State Farm Insurance, Gianna Andrews. Folks, we've already talked about some of our platinum and gold level sponsors. Those sponsors we just named off were silver level sponsors. And we at Polk County Christian School, as faculty, staff, students, and family all appreciate our sponsors helping enable us to do what we do for our students, from athletics, drama, specials such as yearbook, graphic design, computers, woodworking. Last year we had a woodworking class. And then, of course, basketball, volleyball, cross country, trying to get maybe some spring sports going if we can find a coach to fill that need. All right, players are back on the court. Game is back on, and 64 serving for the Chargers. It's 16 serving, nope, 8 serving 10. Serve is up. Macy Schultz with a bump over to Hannah. Hannah back to Macy. Macy across to the Chargers. Chargers sending it to the backcourt. That was Nora to Lenny. Lenny to Hannah. Hannah back across to the Chargers. Chargers back over to Lenny. Lenny to Nora. Nora setting it up for Macy. Macy across to the Chargers. Chargers into the net and couldn't get it out. Point for the Lady Knights. That's 11 serving 8. What a great volley for both sides of the net. Macy Schultz moving back to serve for the Lady Knights. Serves up. Chargers bringing that back across, and they found a hole in the court and scored a point. It'll be 9 serving 11. Folks, these teams are both here to play today. Chargers serve is up. It's good. Peyton Gray was under that. Over to Lenny. Lenny over to Macy. Macy over to the Chargers. Back to Lenny. Lenny back to Macy. Macy over to, that was Naomi trying to tip it across the net. Not quite over. Point for the Chargers. 25 was the server on that for the Chargers. Serve is 10, serving 11. Service up, and Hannah under that, gets it over to Lenny, and it's out of bounds. Point for the Chargers, tie game. 11 serving 11. Chargers serve is up. Hannah's under it. Over to Lenny. Lenny back to Hannah. And Hannah trying to tip it. And it's out of bounds. Points for the Chargers. 12 serving 11. Chargers taking the lead. Serve is up, but it's under the net. Point for the Lady Knights. 12 serving 12. Lenny Rust moving back to serve, number 16 for the Lady Knights. She's had a good day of serving. She's had some really good sessions of serving this season over in Mount Vernon and at some other games. So serve is up, and that one's into the net. That's all right. (13 serving 12). Serve is up. Chargers get the serve over, and it's out of bounds. Point for the Chargers. And that is number 37 serving for the Chargers. Serve is up, but it's out of bounds. Not quite across the net, so that's a point for the Lady Knights. 13 serving 14. This would be Naomi Presley moving back to the serving line. Number 7 for the Lady Knights. Naomi's also had a good day of serving. Number 7, her serve is up, and it was good. Beautiful serve. It looked like it could have been out, so the Chargers took the gamble that it was, and it was not. It was close to the line. It'd be an ace for Naomi. She's tying the game, 14-14. Serves up. Another good serve for Naomi. And Chargers return it to Naomi. She puts it up to Macy. Macy up to Hannah. Hannah across to the Chargers. And the Chargers get it into the net. They save it and get it across to Lenny. Lenny up front to Macy. Macy over to Hannah. Hannah back to the Chargers. Chargers over to Lenny. Lenny up to Hope. Hope puts it up, and you know, that might have been Macy that put it up and Hope trying to get it across. I thought Hope had gotten into it, but it wasn't. So Hope was trying to get that third hit. Not quite across, and it's a point for the Chargers. It is 15 serving 14. Serve is over to Hannah. Hannah to Macy. Macy to Hannah and back across to the Chargers. Chargers getting under it. They send it over to Hope. Hope sends it right back. And point for the Chargers. I see exactly what Hope did, and I can't blame her there. Chargers serve into the net. On that last play, Hope was going to tip it across or set it across, but thought somebody was right behind her to get it. So she let them, and there wasn't anybody there. All right, Hannah Hill back to serve. Serve is up. It's a good serve into the backcourt, and Chargers send it out of bounds, so it's a point for the Lady Knights. Tie game, 16-16. Hannah Hill back to serve again. Serve is up, and it is good into the backcourt, and double hit on 63. It actually hit 63, and then she tried to hit it again. Point for the Lady Knights, 17 serving 16. Hannah Hill sliding across to the other side, and serve is up. It's good. 63, returning it, and found a point. Point for the Chargers, tie game, 17-17. And I think that's number 10 serving for the Chargers. It is. Serve is up to the front row. Macy Schultz up to Hannah. Hannah into the net. 18 serving 17. Chargers serve is up, but it's into the net. Point for the Lady Knights, 18-18. Hope Freilich moving back to serve again. Serve is up, and it's a good serve. And a point for Hope. Beautiful serve. Lady Knights take the lead with that point from Hope. 19 serving 18. Serve is up, and it is good, and out. It looked like it was good. Good aim. She was trying for just inside that line. Almost had it. Number 31 serving for the Chargers. 19 serving 19. This game has been back and forth the whole game. Serve is up. I think the ref had not signaled for a serve yet, so they're going to get it back. 19 serving 19. Serve is up, and it's out. Point for the Lady Knights, 20 serving 19. Nora Everson moving back to serve again. Serve is up, good serve. Chargers sending it straight back to Hope. Hope across to the Chargers. Chargers back to Hope. Hope up to Macy. Macy a little close to the net and tried to bump it. It's into the net. Good effort. There's Macy Schultz on that. Chargers 20 serving 20. Chargers serve is up. Lenny gets the ball. Light bump up to Hannah. Hannah over to Lenny, and it's into the net. 21 serving 20. Chargers serve is up to Hannah. Hannah to Lenny. Lenny setting it up for Hannah. Hannah puts it across to the Chargers. And Chargers bumping it up. They're bringing it across to Hannah. Hannah up to Macy. Macy setting it up for Lenny. Lenny across to the back row for the Chargers. And they're tipping it gently across to Lenny. Lenny straight back over. And they couldn't quite get it back to us. So it's a point for the Lady Knights. Tie match, 21 all. Macy Schultz moving back to serve for the Lady Knights, number 33. Serve is up. Good serve. And Chargers trying to send it across. Good effort for 37. Point for the Lady Knights. It's 22 serving 21. Libero rotating in. Autumn Freilich coming in for Nora Everson. Autumn's in the middle on the back row with a white jersey. Macy Schultz back on the serving line to serve, number 33. 22 serving 21. Serve is up. Another beautiful serve. Chargers into the ceiling, and it's in down on their side of the court. Point for the Lady Knights. 23 serving 21. Timeout on the Chargers. While we're on another short break, we'll go over our last group of sponsors, the bronze level sponsors: All Creatures Animal Clinic, Bank of Missouri, Bolivar Ready Mix, Creator Designs and Creator Delights, Garrettson's Trash Service, and Hubbard Realty. As always, we absolutely appreciate all of our sponsors. These that we've mentioned here, which are our primary sponsors or major sponsors for our Polk County Christian School auction every March, but all the other sponsors that we have through the year donating, making other gifts, whether they're gifts in kind, gifts of money, gifts of time, gifts of prayer. We appreciate any of our sponsors at Polk County Christian School. All right. This match has been back and forth the entire match. Chargers trailing by 2 at the moment. Lady Knights are serving, 23 serving 21. Macy Schultz at the serving line. Serve is up. Another good serve. Chargers sending it back to Autumn. Autumn running up to get it, and it's back over to Autumn again. Autumn up to Naomi. Naomi to Lenny. Lenny across the net. Back over to, they found a hole on the Lady Knights side. So it's now 22 serving 23. Chargers serve. 25 moving back to the serving line. Serve is up, no good. Point for the Lady Knights, so it's 24 serving 22. Lenny Rust moving back to the serving line for the Lady Knights, number 16. Serve is up, it's good. And that's a match, folks. That'll be a set for the Lady Knights, 25 over to 22 in the second set. So that's the best 2 out of 3 for this roster. The roster is on this game: Autumn Freilich, Peyton Gray, Lenny Rust, Naomi Presley, Macy Schultz, Nora Everson, Hannah Hale, and Hope Freilich. Coaches Jill Cribbs and Vanessa Gray. What a great effort for the Lady Knights. So that'll be a win for the Lady Knights on the first game of the day and a win on the second game of the day. Folks, we appreciate you tuning in to PCCS TV. We'll be back shortly with the third game of the day. I believe that should be the varsity game. That'll be starting soon. We'll take a brief break and we'll start another live stream for that. Stay tuned to PCCS TV for that broadcast. As always, this broadcast